Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Sue, a Parental World Knowledge. There's something wrong. I'm not getting on the air. I don't know why. Well, I hope you hear me. I'm Barbara Sue, a Parental World Knowledge, the founder and the owner, and I'm the president of artist Barbara Sue Fine Art Studio. I don't know what's going on, why the internet was difficult first to start. I had to do security, and then it was not going right to being live, and now there's no picture on my screen. I hope you're hearing me. We're going to be doing watercolor again today. I hope you have your canvas pad, and I don't know, maybe I'll try clicking my camera off and on. It's blue, so it should be on. Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Sue, a Parental World Knowledge. I'm so sorry that we're having such difficulty getting on today. I see the picture stopped again, so I don't know if you're hearing me or what's happening, but it's been very difficult. I don't know why. I think because it's going to be a storm any minute, and so maybe it's disrupting the signal. But I just want to welcome everyone. I'm the founder and the owner of Parental World Knowledge. In addition, I am the president of artist Barbara Sue Fine Art Studio. and we'll be doing watercolor again today. And I'm so happy to see that we're getting many more people joining us for the watercolor. And it has been passed over too quickly in school. It has been passed over too quickly in college. And the thing is, it hasn't been taught properly. People that have master's degree in art come to us for a watercolor lesson. That shouldn't be. It should have been learned by that time. Hello again. This is Barbara Iris Sue. I'm so sorry. It keeps going off and on. I don't give up. I keep trying to get back on. I hope it stays. Okay, so we're going to start watercolor lesson. I hope that you have your canvas pre-treated paper. You know, it has to be whitewashed. If you have this, you have to make sure this is whitewashed. And if not, you're going to have to get a whitewash and go over your whole page, which is just so time consuming, and I never do it. I just paint this way. And the canvas paper absorbs the paint better. It looks so much better. So go to an artist store and purchase this and a good watercolor palette. To get into small areas, you're going to need a little wider, and they should be from also an artist store. And it's good to have a sponge on hand. And when you're doing, if you haven't had your line drawing yet, you're going to have to make a line drawing, an outline of all that you're drawing. So you could just have a regular pencil. Doesn't have to be necessarily an artist pencil, and a good eraser. I did purchase a good artist eraser at an art store as opposed to just going to a dollar store. So we can begin. Just put a little bit of water if you have your drawing done. If not, try to catch up, try to do a line drawing, and don't worry about being perfect. And then you'll paint in the rest. You don't have to do the entire lines of everything that you're going to paint, whether it's your original. So just put a little bit of water. And I'm painting a vase of roses, if you haven't been watching. And just do gentle strokes, just little strokes. Don't try to, get the whole paper. You just want to do gentle strokes. You have a small area, and then you're going to let that portion dry and do at least 3 more layers. So don't worry about getting it, completely painted. It'd be too much water if you did that. So you have to let a section dry at a time. All right. You just have fun. I'm painting one of my favorite kind of flowers. It's roses. And right now I'm painting red. I planted in my garden, I've said before in earlier shows. And such a great joy to look at them, and it's such a great joy to plant them. I planted them many years ago, and now I have an enormous bush. And growing all the way up the side of my house. So it's so pleasant to look at the flowers. Today's a beautiful day. It was a little cooler today, good thing. Not as humid as yesterday in West Orange, New Jersey. And anybody who wants to come to our studio, please give us. I do think it's cooler because it looks like also the leaves are going down. It's probably going to rain. I learned that in science class. When you see the leaves, the pressure to the leaves going down, that means a sign of rain coming. And it's always very helpful, especially since I run a nonprofit and we do collection outside primarily. And I'm glad I know when it's going to be a bad storm. I can see the leaves going down with great pressure. I know not to go out. And I do have a tent, but even so, it's not going to be, if it's really pouring, going to, protect me that much. We're doing a shop for a cause for Macy's, and it's only $5. You can get a shop for a cause ticket and get a free private lesson. You have a year to take the lesson here for art or poetry, and you're for donating to epilepsy 50%. And I can't wait, for people to be taking the lessons and getting all this value to get the beautiful piece of jewelry. It's an antique, piece of jewelry. And then you're eligible also for an oil painting this year. I am donating that to World Knowledge. And in addition, you might win $500 from Macy's, a gift card. You're getting as much as 30% off even sale items at Macy's. There's the rose I was working on, the red one. So, and that's only 2 layers, so I have more to go. Much more to go. And I'll tell you, if you're having low energy, if you're having bad days, I don't know, whatever stress, take a lesson. Call us at 973-736-1637, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give us a call Monday through Sunday, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And you'll get this private lesson. You'll enjoy it greatly, and it's going to change your whole life. I'm telling you, it has been proven, besides me saying it, not just my opinion, it's been proven medically. Medical study just came out stating that doing art helps your mind. So if you want a sharp mind, you want to be able to, focus and do things and have extra energy, definitely take an art lesson. And I don't have you do what I'm painting. You can paint whatever choices you want. And I never correct your work on your paper. And it's just you do your work and you enjoy. I will give you direction, but I will never do something like that. And any teacher, if you've had a past teacher who said you can't do art, ignore it, because anyone can do art. The kid that told me, he was 13, he says, I don't want this lesson. So I said, told me that he's a comedy. So I said to him, why don't you paint Medea? Paint her. So he drew her, he painted her. It was so hysterical. Medea is a rather full-figured woman, and he puts her in a little mini skirt. So we were all laughing our heads off. It was too funny. But he painted, he drew and painted the whole entire picture and says he couldn't do it. He was ready to walk out. But I just, didn't force him, but I just, suggested what he really likes. And he found it and he did it. He did the whole painting. So in one lesson. Got the, drew it, line drawing, and painted the entire painting. And I gave him, direction, how to do it. And I got it done for him, not touching his painting, letting him do it all himself, but just directing him. So, and then another woman, also I instructed, had the same reaction. She said, "Oh, I don't want this lesson." But I didn't give up. I just said to her, "What do you like to look at the most?" And then she told me roses, and she liked red roses. So I says, "Why don't you just try to do a line drawing?" And I put a prop of silk flowers right in front of her, and didn't force her. I just kept going back to her now and then. Well, I was teaching a whole entire class of about 100 people. So then I said, if you'd like to, it's very easy. Just do the outline, line drawing, and then the paints are right here. You just put a little bit of water. And she did it. She, in her 90s, late 90s. God bless her. So I don't believe that anyone is not capable. And if you heard a teacher say that, just ignore it. And you can have so much less stress in your life, such great enjoyment. I'm going to inspire the whole world, and I especially hope that tech students come to me and have this one student, or if you're an engineer or graphic artist, whatever you are, it will help you. It's so essential to be learning fine art with being a technical student. It inspires you, and it will give you the drive to stick with what you're doing. You give you the patience to stick with what you're doing. If an area is wet, you can always just turn it. You know, you don't have to worry about smearing an area, because you can turn it where it's dry and work on another portion. So don't, like I said, don't keep trying to put layers upon something until it dries. So I just did more layered. Different flower. So then I'll go back. And as you can see, I had the light a red rose after I had all those light colors. So it's best to start with light colors so it doesn't smear. And you always need a good white paint that's a liquid, because they don't have it in the white in the palette. I don't know why they don't make white. Usually I do not see it in the palettes. They do have a white liquid paint, which I get, and it's excellent. So it goes with it. There's not a problem. No pre-mixing, because you know you don't have to worry how much. It has the water in it already, so you just put it down and then you add a color that you want to it. And always like toothpaste, push from the bottom. I've had this one for a few years. It's a good one. I buy all my stuff from Jerry's Artist Outlet. Daler Rodney Artists. They're good, very good paint at Jerry's Artist Outlet. It lasts over a few years, which is hard to believe. Usually when you get things in tubes, they tend to dry out. But watercolor hasn't. Good quality. And that's the only bad thing too. You have to. They don't have it in the palette, so it would be staying longer if you had it in the palette as opposed to the tube. Excuse me, I have to answer the phone. Hello, Bar speaking. Yes, hello. Yes, this is Barbara. Who is this? What kind of company is this? I see. All right, well, I'm not interested, but thank you. Have a good day. I know. All right, so putting orange with white. Trying to get a peach color. Might want to make it a little darker. If you don't know how to mix colors, come here to our studio. We'll teach you. And if you can't make it to our studio, go to the library and get a book out on how to mix colors. Okay, so I'm going to be outlining some of my flowers. And outline around the petals. Parental World Knowledge is in a contest for Intuit QuickBooks to be at the big game. So if you could please vote on social media, we're listed on Twitter. There's links that go right to it. You need to vote daily, please, and Facebook and LinkedIn. And I'd love to go there and demonstrate one-on-one with the entire audience in doing art. It will be a surprise what I select to do, but I would love to do that. That would be so wonderful. The whole audience all at once doing an art activity. And you could see I'm outlining my flowers. I hope you could see the camera stopped again. I'm outlining the flowers. Of course, I have 3 more layers to go, so even though I'm outlining them, it's going to take a lot more than that. So I had a good day today. I hope everybody is having a good day. And if not, if you need any prayers, peace, and spirit, and strength, and health. I just told somebody that I'm spiritual, and they said, I really know what that is. And spiritual is believing in God and carrying that spirit, that belief. Knowing, what that means. God, belief, having a strong belief and all of that. But interesting that he didn't seem to know what spiritual meant. Excuse me. You can see I'm outlining more of the flowers. See, they're shaping up. You need to outline all the roses. Now, doing some other painting, you need to outline what you're doing too. Can't put all one color. Get a model. It's a wood model, and you can bend, everything. Excuse me. And this way you can see how the arms, the fingers, everything you can bend, the head, you could tilt it so the direction that you want to paint it. So it's very helpful. It helps you proportion your portraits. So if you want to do a portraiture, you need to have this model to help you get the right proportions. So it's inexpensive. It's like $19.99 some places. I mean, it's not a big deal. Even in the stationery store, they do have one too. It'll be very helpful. I did another one. Got a lot of flowers here. It's a very big paper too. Normally I use a smaller piece, but this was on sale at Jerry's, so I felt he gave it to me half price. I am definitely taking it, even though it's a little bigger than I usually work with. All right, well, it's time to go. I just want to let you know again, I say a prayer, miraculous healing prayer for anyone who needs it, and God heals 100%. I'm only saying the prayer. So I just say, prayer of peace, spirit, strength, and health for everyone in the world. Amen. If you don't need it now, pray later to God with me. It's always good, my prayer. This is and hopefully at 5 exactly. It took us a little longer today to get on, but we did eventually get on. And I thank you so much for your patience with your watching, and you had such difficulty in seeing this. I don't know what the visual picture, I don't know what the sound was coming out. It was going off and on. It said sound went off, picture went off. So to keep up with their speed, so then it goes off and on. At least it goes on. When I had regular Comcast, it wouldn't go on at all. It got to the point. But now at least it goes on. So I apologize to you. I'm doing my best I can. I do try to get it on. I know how to work the security. I know how to work the computer and the camera, but it's just been difficult because my computer is old. For a sale, and my son wanted to buy me one for Mother's Day, but then it just failed. The storekeeper gave him computers that weren't compatible for doing a webinar, so that was no good. One was a regular computer, and then it had a lot of sound in it. The sound system was great, but you needed another computer with it to make it work. Don't ask. Then the other one was a tab, so it's not for webinars. Just want to let you know. The Android tab, excellent, though in every other way. If you want to, get messages from people, whatever. It was crystal clear. And, you know, there's certain things you could do on it. You could do your social media on it, but you can't do webinars on it. It only held taping for a little bit, just like Twitter. You can only do a minute or two, or, you know, 3 on Twitter, and that's it. That's all you get. So I just want to thank you for having patience, and we're doing our best in trying to get a new computer. I'm going to try to get a laptop so that I can even do cooking. I'd love for you to see the cooking in the kitchen. But without the laptop, that's why I was trying to get the tab. I thought that it would allow us, because that's what the storekeeper said, but it didn't. And it did say on the box that it allows you to do live broadcasts, but only for a few minutes at most. That's not a broadcast. That's a mini announcement commercial.